大丈夫っぽい。大丈夫？大丈夫？
大丈夫？
大丈夫？大丈夫？大丈夫？大丈夫？大丈夫？
大丈夫か？
大丈夫？大丈夫？大丈夫だよ。大丈夫なの？
大丈夫か？
大丈夫。
Hello, you're listening to Daijoubu Podcast. I'm Christian, and today I'm here with David.
Hey.
And Gabby.
Hey.
And today's our 11th podcast. Today we're going to be talking about hopes for the future of anime and aspects of anime that we dislike personally. And that's just very broad. We're going to talk about a bunch of random things that we've accumulated. But let's kick it off with hopes for the future of anime. And I just want to say that we're not specifically going to say like episodes or TV shows that we want to see or hoping to see, like storylines or whatever. We're just going to be talking about things that we would like to see in the future of like the anime industry and stuff like that. So go ahead, guys. You can kick it off.
Okay, cool. Well, Gabby, do you want to go first or do you want me to start?
I'll go ahead and go.
Alright.
I was looking up some stuff about it because I was like, it was hard for me to just like think of things on my own. And I just thought some people brought up a good ideas about like pulling inspiration from places other than like already existing manga. I know that lately there have been a few more original stories, but it's still like way overwhelmed with things that are just like already manga or things that are like anime video games, but it's all still already in the anime world and they're just like reformatting it.
Okay. Are you going to go into a new topic, or can we discuss what you just talked about?
I was going to talk about it. Yeah, we can discuss it.
Okay. Well, like, I didn't know if you were just going to, like, list off things and be like, okay, I'm done. But, okay, so the thing is, with original anime, like, it's really cool to do that, but it's so hard for, like, such a poor industry to try to do that. Because then they're scared to, like, make original things. What if it doesn't make any money? They just spent, like, a whole season and money on the show and made nothing off of it. So, like, the anime industry, I feel like, has no incentives to do actually, like, that. So, an example is Mayoiga. This season, Mayoiga came out, and it was an original anime, so no one knew what was going to happen. And that did make it, like, much more fun, and, like, everyone was really excited to not know what was happening, or what was going to happen. But at the same time, I think it was just really shit. And I don't know how the sales are in Japan or anything, but, like, everyone just talks about how it's a shit show of a show. Because, like, they just, like, kept
But, I mean, you still need to have a good show. I mean, you can't just, like... I'm gonna make an original story, but it's not gonna be a good, like, it has to be still a good original story, or even just, like, pulling from already existing stories that we know are good, but just not already in the anime realm. Like, you know, like, if you,
Wait,
if you had, like,
that?
Like, okay, like, if we had, like, some sort of Shakespearean anime or something, like, they pulled, like, Romeo and Juliet, you know Romeo and Juliet is a very popular story already. Like, make an anime version of it, because there isn't that.
You know, there is actually, you know, some animes doing that. You know, not Dante's Inferno, Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, really? I love
Count. There is an anime adaptation of that. Like, the storyline is the same thing, except like in a more anime realm.
Right.
So it's already kind of happening.
Right.
Like,
and
I think want to see more of it, right?
Right, because like that is even also a possibility, like a chance to get people who may not be into anime, because they're like, oh, I watched like Brave New World or something. I mean, I read Brave New World, one of my favorite books, and then they make an anime of it, and you're like, interesting, I'll watch it. Like, so I think that it would be good to not necessarily just have like original stories, but like things you know are successful in other realms, have good stories, and just put them in anime.
Like, everyone in the world, except for America, loves soccer. Let's make a soccer anime.
Like Days?
Like that. Yeah, like Days. Shout out to Days. You should watch that next season. Just kidding. Anyways, yeah, keep going. I just realized that, like, these are hopes, and I shouldn't just be, like, shitting on hopes.
Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, despair. Jeez, wow.
I said I was gonna shit on everything you guys said, like, during this podcast. So let's go. Next idea.
Cool. All right.
I mean, because another thing that's popular right now is like superhero stuff. Like, there aren't really any. I mean, other than like something that's not the atypical superhero anime. So not like One Punch Man or like Dragon Ball Z, but something that's actually, you know, like in the. I know they can't take Marvel and stuff because they already have their licensing and everything, but something along those lines that has a more serious tone, that isn't just like over the top ridiculous. Something that's like real life ish.
Okay, so so you're saying you like want something that's not shonen-y? Because
Right.
like, okay, you want a superhero movie that's not with the shonen formula.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, mix it up a little bit. Get a little creative. You know, don't always go for the exact same formula. I mean, I know it's like, you know, they can trust it, kind of.
No, not kind of. Like, they can definitely trust like the shonen formula. It sells so well.
Oh yeah, yeah. Little kids, even teenagers, like, or even
grown adults.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Like, shonen has just proven
Like,
itself over time to,
There's
like,
a reason why Shonen Jump
always
is
work.
like Shonen Jump, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I guess.
why
But it's also
is-
because they have like the same show that they've been having going on for like
yeah.
a million years. But yeah, those are just some things that I want, and not necessarily like I have like a whole bunch of different options for like different kinds of stories. You know, like because they've shown that they can take a little bit of like more original story, not original stories, but like out of the typical settings and stuff. So, you know, like we watch Spice and Wolf. You guys really like Spice and Wolf. That's not like typical romance. That's out of the norm.
Yeah,
like,
that's yeah.
most romance is at schools. Like that's what it is. Or like we have the Rakugo that was really good. That's very unusual
Rakugo,
story.
yeah.
And like I think that they could do that more where like or like some sort of political drama or something along those lines, something that has to do with more like current social issues and things like that, push the boundaries in that sort of way as well, possibly.
Yeah, an anime about Brexit. Is that what you want?
Yeah, political anime. Which there is a political series anime if you guys want more of that I know of. So
No.
it's
I
really
know.
good.
Politics are
Yeah.
awful. That's
No,
why that's why I
really
escape
cool.
into the anime world.
Okay,
Because
so
I don't want to deal with this shit.
fuck you, Christian. Since you're already shitting on it, I'm gonna say more political anime. So the one I'm talking about, it's so good because one guy tries to become a politician and he's like corrupt, but then his brother tries to do it like from the Yakuza side, and
Ooh.
and they're both brothers, but they like try to hide their identities. And they're like trying to unite the Yakuza and the government. It's really interesting, even though it's like super political. Yeah, fuck you,
cool.
Christian.
I
Reshit
think-
on you.
I really like political drama, and I know, like, you know, House of Cards is really, really popular on Netflix.
Yeah,
And, like, The Newsroom is a really, really, really amazing show from HBO, and those are all, like, really successful political dramas that people love. So I think it might be successful in anime.
Yeah, more of that. That'd be great. Yeah.
So to change the shitting on Christian, fuck you guys. I do want to mention the Anime Expo of 2014, I think it was, like a whole year, where it was like funded by the government to make a bunch of experimental OVAs and like music videos and stuff for anime that like people didn't have to worry about funding and like making money, basically. The people didn't have to stick to the formula of like ecchi stuff sells or like fan service and stuff. So people started making like really strange and really cool things in the Anime Expo. So like I really want exactly what you were talking about, like more original things and weird ideas to be like put out there, but it's just like not very feasible unless the Anime Expo continues and like studios keep funding, or the government keeps funding studios to just randomly do like a little blurb. And it's always like little things, like they can never get enough money to make a full season because
Right.
like one thing for the anime industry that I think we would all want is for them to get paid more. Like no one, the anime industry has like very, very low funds because it's not, it's not Disney. It's not like a huge franchise that is like known around the world that just like whenever they crank something out, everyone buys it. Everyone buys Disney, like Frozen, like everything, or Zootopia, like zoos. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no.
but yeah,
Get
so like the anime industry like suffers greatly from like that aspect, and they're stuck in a rut, where they have to make certain demands from like the people, so they have to make really boring shonens. They have to make really typical harems. They have to make like
They have to stick with stuff that like knows that they make
that
money.
sells.
Like the
yeah.
formula works. Yeah.
And like
why
they have to
steer away
make
from the
figurines
formula?
and stuff.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Makes
So I totally forgot the other thing that I was thinking about on this tangent. But go ahead. Maybe
I was gonna say, going off base of like what you're saying about having people paid more. One of the things that I want to see in anime is kind of more, I guess spreading to the Western culture in a. So for example, you know the Tom Cruise movie Edge of Tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
It came out. It was like a sci-fi movie. It came out like a year or two ago or something. It's really good.
It's about
Anyways,
yeah.
Yeah. He like went back in time and stuff and whatever. It's actually based off like manga. It's called All You Need Is Kill. So it's like really cool that this Western audience is like taking material from
Right.
manga, anime inspired stuff, and then if that if people like it so much here because that movie did really well, then it's like, well, maybe you would like anime and manga more, and then hopefully break open that market finally.
Right. I mean, they are making a Ghost in the Shell movie,
which I think is gonna be, I was gonna say awful, but then
it's hard to know. I mean, Scarlett Johansson. We'll see. We just have to see. We have to see. I mean, you can't say anything about it.
So I'm really glad that I guess it's happening now. Like I guess the things we're talking about is kind of happening now, where like, it's becoming more accepted.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I can definitely see the issue with trying to get inspiration from non-already anime existing things, because like, that people who read the manga are probably going to watch the anime. People who play the game are probably going to watch the anime. So it already has an existing audience in the realm. Whereas if you went and pulled from somewhere else, like the comic book industry or the like random political things, and like there's only a small group of people in that audience that probably also watch anime. So I can understand the issues in terms of like funding. But I just wish,
Right.
Yeah, these are hopes after all.
Yeah.
Oh, Christian, I was gonna say that expo that you're talking about. Didn't you tell me that like that's where Me came from? Like it was funded by that, and a lot of the projects too, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Me is weird. Like it's awesome, but it's weird.
Me is cool. Yeah. It's kind of fan servicey. I don't know, porny, but whatever. Okay. David, do you have any specific hopes for anime? Because I don't think you actually listed any. I'm trying to think of one solid one besides like money, but like.
So this is less of the anime industry itself, but more like I hope anime does this, and it's like anime that is inspired from video games. So like BlazBlue. BlazBlue, I think, was an awful anime, but it was like a great 2D fighting game.
Yeah, that was.
I think there's a Devil May Cry anime too that's like average.
Uh-huh.
So I hope the anime industry starts being like, well, let's take this seriously and get maybe source material from a game. And maybe it doesn't have to be like the same main character from the game, but maybe like the same universe within that game or something. I don't know. That'd be cool to see.
Yeah. Okay. So like a successful or like a good one. So like a Hunter x Hunter like Greed Island game.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
They actually do have like a fighting game where
I know, but
for Hunter x Hunter where like you can play in Greed Island, but it's not like the same. Like I haven't gotten to that arc, but like Michael's been telling me it's about like cards and stuff.
Yeah, there's a card system, and there's like like messing with people, and it could be an MMO.
Messing with people. Okay, well, we're not going to talk about that, but yeah, no, that'd be really, really cool. I've always wanted to be like an MMO or RPG. Let me think.
Like, what if there was a WoW anime? Huh?
What if there...
I guess that's just like SAO.
Yeah, wow. or like, what if they just took like the Railgun universe and they were just like, okay, you get to be someone, like make a character, and then you're randomly gonna be given powers for level 1 through 5.
In my my video game design class that I took, one of my ideas was a One Punch Man anime, and like
You mean video game?
You can choose a game. I mean,
Okay,
it was a board game, but board games can be turned into video games pretty easily.
Okay.
It's all like, we're just more talking about game theories and concepts. And I was like, oh, if you like in One Punch Man, instead of just playing like, Saitama in a fighting game because that's boring, then you would like be able to choose from a various sets of like random superpowers, and you would have to like work your way up the ranks and stuff like that, and like with a whole bunch of other people playing, it would be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You know, it'd be even cooler.
What?
If you had to play One Punch Man as Saitama, but a dating simulator.
Oh, that'd be cute.
But you had to be Saitama though, so like all your answers are just like no. Okay. Or like, or one punch, or like, can you shorten that to 20 words?
Yeah.
And so Saitama is just like making it so hard for you to successfully like date anybody.
Or you can make the game where you have to play as a monster and level up as a monster and get to like a really high level, and then Saitama's the final boss, but then you lose anyways.
Yeah. The goal of your life is to make him have the most fun.
Unwinnable game.
Yeah, unwinnable. But
so how about you, Christian? Any specific hopes?
Not exactly. Just I want the anime industry to do better, and like in general, it'd be cool if the whole westernization of it would be more successful, but like that's not like very feasible at this point either, because of the whole like whitewashing of Hollywood and stuff. Like we were talking about Ghost in the Shell. Like, why put a white person as the main protagonist when it's like clearly a Japanese themed movie?
I'm so sad about that.
Yeah, so like, oh wow, there's no other Japanese people that could like, or Asian looking people in general that can speak English.
Yeah, I'm sure they could hire.
Yeah, let's just Scarlett Johansson. But I mean, like, it is a big name. They want to sell it, you know.
Yeah.
So they're gonna give her like little slants on her eyes.
Oh no.
And it'll be whatever. She'll be pale, and like Japanese Korean girls are all pale anyway. So.
But one thing that I kind of think that might help with that, but I don't. Is that I was saying that like maybe centralize anime more. Because like right now, I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, I want to try and get more into anime, and I was like. She was like, well, how do you watch your things? So I'm like, oh, okay, well, I have a Crunchyroll subscription. I have, like, my parents' Netflix. I have my parents' Hulu. I have, like, Amazon Prime, all of a sudden. And she was like,
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, well, I mean, not everyone has access to all those things. Like, I pay for my Crunchyroll, but all my other accounts, like, I just get it from my parents. But, so it may not be as easily accessible to everyone else to be able to watch all these different things.
Yeah.
I do want to say that, like, before the era of good quality and having, like, all these subscription services, you know, like those really shitty websites like called like Kiss Anime or like Otaku Anime. It's like 360p. Okay, I'm watching it. You know, God damn it. That's how I watch most of my anime. Like
those are illegal, and Daijoubu Podcast doesn't condone that. So we're not going to advertise that whatsoever. So
no, I use Crunchyroll for the most part.
I have a Crunchyroll
account subscription.
I bum off of Christians. So and then I have my own Netflix. So it's like I also have that. You know.
Yeah. I just like I feel like because Crunchyroll isn't all that bad in terms of pricing, and you get like a lot with it. Because you get stuff as soon as it's out in Japan, you pretty much get it simulcasted here.
A lot of simulcast.
And then you get like some discounts because they have like a store where they have hella anime shit. And I'm always browsing through there, and you get like little discounts for being a member and stuff like that. It just and you get little free month passes to give to your friends every month. It's just it's really worth to have a Crunchyroll membership, and also like. I don't know. I just feel like if people saw more people putting like money towards actual subscription services and stuff and watching anime on those, then like it'll be more popular.
So you want more access to anime, I guess, is what you're saying?
Yeah, but I wish it was a little more centralized.
Yeah, I agree with that part.
Between like 4 or 5 different subscription services, if it was like just like Netflix and Crunchyroll, but even Netflix likes to put things out in series, so I actually like the way Hulu does it better than Netflix. Hulu's really good for anime. So my 2 main things for watching anime is Hulu and Crunchyroll.
Yeah, if only there was like an anime.com that was just like every anime ever, but you know.
It's hard to get all those licensing and stuff like that.
All the people to agree on like who to give the money to and stuff, but hashtag politics. Politics are so amazing. We should make every anime about politics.
I'm just saying.
No, I'm just kidding. Politics are very interesting and cool, especially if they were animated. Happy,
but yeah,
happy guys.
So that's one of my hopes that is like it can get a little more centralized, since that's the way I feel like it would be more easily accessed to people, and that they'll like get a little more funding that way, because people will actually see that, hey, you want to pay for this or will pay for it.
So there should be a like anime channel on cable. Yeah,
rather than just like
rather than like I mean, there's Adult Swim, but like
But
there
that's
should
not
be a
just one
specific
channel.
channel. Yeah, like
there-
History Channel.
Like if you get cable, like higher cable packages, not the basic cable, there is a Funimation channel, and I've like seen it before, and I was like,
Awesome.
wow, fairy tales
That's-
on TV or whatever.
That's really cool.
Yeah, they just show like random anime.
I feel like that would help the Western audience a lot, because like little kids will just watch Funimation channel, and then like if there's a more adult, segment later on that night, more older audience like us can like tune into things.
Mm-hmm. Actually, we don't even have to watch older stuff. We'll just watch the same things that kids watch, because that's how anime works. It's all awesome.
Yeah.
Nothing's just for children. This is what we talked about last episode,
There are some
guys.
things that are just for adults, but not things that are just for children.
Yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay, I think we've gone through our hopes. We don't have very many hopes for anime, which is cool. Oh, okay. I'll just give the reason why I don't have very many hopes for anime is because like I'm not at the point in my anime career that I've like seen so much anime that I'm like, wow, I really need more. Like I need more of this, I need more of this, I need like these things. Because I just like I'm still at the surface level, and I know that, and like I know there's so much more for me to like grab out of the anime industry. So like and like all the old stuff. So like I don't need any further things. So this is why I don't have hopes, guys. I'm also a very hopeless person, which is
That
great.
sounds so sad.
I know, right?
Well,
Joking.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so let's go ahead and dive into our anger-inducing portion. Actually, we changed it. This is our aspects of anime we dislike. Like originally, last week we said that we're going to talk about things in anime that make you angry, but these don't exactly make you angry.
It's more segued into like what bothers you, because like I don't get mad and flip my table, at anime.
Yeah, like
So-
if you see something like super stupid, you're not just like, oh my god, drop this anime now.
Yeah.
You don't just
Right.
drop animes because of it, like these things that we're going to talk about. But actually, I mean, like you can, but like you won't all the time. So, all right, David, go ahead and kick this one off because.
Oh wait, what are we talking about?
What things we don't
Okay.
like in anime? Aspects of anime we dislike.
So, this is kind of just like very personal opinion, because this is taste by taste or like person by person. But like when I'm watching anime and the pacings, they're trying to make you feel like it's like really dramatic or something really important's happening, and then all of a sudden it goes to like chibi form, like, oh, you threw a rock at me. Like, why did you throw in that random humor scene when I was all in this scene about feeling my feelings? And then like a lot of anime do that. And again, like I said, like I'm gonna say like, for example, FMA Brotherhood, I feel like did a lot of that. And again, Gabby, you might have loved all of those segments, but a lot of the times, it's a very serious anime sometimes, and then it'd be very serious, and then it'd be like a joke, and it'd be like, man, like you ruined the
mood.
Yeah,
the
mood.
Flow, like the flow of the episode.
And I'm just like, God damn it. Like Your Lie in April would do that sometimes too.
I was just about to say they needed it in Your Lie in April, because then you'd start crying. Because then it's so heavy in Your Lie in April, you're just like, there is nothing that will get me through today. and then you see them like, oh wait, no, we're just kids, like we're all 14, let's have fun. And you're like, oh, please, thank God. So like, yeah, that's comic relief, and I feel like comic relief is really important, but I feel like it is overused in simpler shows too. Like, that reminds me of, I watched Heaven's Lost Property, or Sora no Itoshimono, and I hated it because it's, like, super, super ecchi. He's, like, people know, like, the main character as, like, the god of being a pervert, because he's, like, super pervy, which is cool, like, whatever, that's funny and stuff, but
all gods in anime are
the whole show, though, he is just a chibi, and, like, it's, like, really, like, you couldn't even animate him, like, as a human. Like you gave this girl gigantic boobs and wings, but he's a chibi. Like you drew every feather for that girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you put the guy as a chibi just because, like...
They ran out of budget for him, so...
Yeah, no, that's exactly why, I'm
Yeah.
sure. So, it just feels lazy, you know?
Right.
When it's not like they're trying to get anywhere with the plot. They're just like, oh, hey, joke scene, let's go.
Yeah.
And, like, yeah, I totally agree with too much comic relief being overblown in anime.
Yeah, and again, it's like a spectrum, because you said it in Your Lie in April, you needed that. Unless you'd be crying. For me, I was just like, no, you're trying to make me feel really bad. Don't throw in a random scene right now. You know, so I think there should have been less of it in Your Lie in April. So
yeah, I guess that's because to me, I never really, and when I was watching Full Metal Alchemist, there was never any point where I was like, that comic relief shouldn't have been there, because I was just like, I was like, this is very like these characters.
You love FMA,
right?
So, like, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I've ever really had any issue with comic. It may just be the kind of person I am, but like, no matter how serious, I mean, usually they do it pretty well, and I don't know. I guess like I don't really mind the fact that they like slightly alter the mood, just because like I sometimes don't want it to be super heavy, even though I do enjoy a good cry in watching anime. But, you know.
Loser.
And then I guess the other two things that like kind of like bother me are really like cheesy moe specific tropes. So like a guy walking in on a girl and she's like changing her clothes, always happens, you know, cool. So things like that. And then the other thing would be fillers.
No, we're not blowing over the moe thing. Go back to your moe trope, and we're gonna talk about it.
Okay, all right.
So David just stated, guys, that he doesn't like fun. That's all that he just said. He doesn't like laughing, and he doesn't love life. So I feel you. I feel like being sad and like not liking stupid cheesy moe stuff. But I just wanted to say, like, once you get into a moe show, like once you see K-On! And you see that, oh wow, the first episode, like, they went to school and they ate cupcakes and drank tea, and that's it. Like, if you don't like that, then get out of it. Like, know, moe is gonna give you all of those. You're gonna get the summer vacation. You're gonna get you're gonna get the random transfer student. You're gonna get the fall festival, the festival.
Yeah, the festivals as well. Yeah,
and like that's just what you get when you buy the moe package. You get you get the whole box. It's not, you can't really pick and choose with moe stuff. Like, you can't have a seinen moe show.
Right.
It's like what we were talking about before. They have a formula that works, and they do it because it works. And so,
so like, it sucks that you don't like that, and I guess you just have to skip that episode, because it's gonna be a whole episode of like beach day. We're gonna cut our watermelon.
And maybe sparklers too.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
Definitely sparklers.
Let me expand on my like moe tropes. Like, some shows do what I'm saying better than others, and then of course, like, you know, there's a whole spectrum in there. But like scenes where like the guy falls and then he grabs the boob, like, okay, like there's fan service, and I'm fine with fan service. Like, boobs, awesome. But like fan service like that, it's like things don't happen like that ever, and it happens.
That's
all
what
the time.
Makes it fun, because you can't do it in real life.
Live vicariously through them. Gotcha.
Right, exactly.
That's the point of them. Yeah, the main character has black hair and he's boring.
Not my cup of tea. I guess.
I just come to expect them, so I don't really they don't make me angry or upset anymore. I'm just like, happens in every anime. Maybe not in real life, but happens.
I do want to say that I love the scenes where the MC will like fall or something, and then he'll catch a glimpse of like the person's like panties, and he'll just say like a color. It'll be like blue. I'm like, that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious. It's like, oh, black. I'm like, oh, so funny. So, well, it happens.
Well.
Okay, now that we've talked about like the moe package that you have to get when you get ecchi moe shit that you watch. What was the next thing that you were going to talk about?
Last one was just like fillers, and a lot of the fillers like don't happen in short series, but like stuff like Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, and then it sucks because I watched a lot of that stuff as a kid, and so, you know, obviously I didn't know as much about anime as I do now, so I'm just sitting there, I'm like, wow, nothing happened. 10 episodes later, wow, nothing still happened, and then like finally, I'm like, And I was just like, damn, I wasted so much time just watching filler that had no real story.
Yeah,
Right.
it wastes our time, but like it increases their budget.
Yeah.
They get to make more episodes off of nothing, and
Yeah.
and eventually they will get paid to do that. So
Also, they have to slow it
fillers
down.
are necessary evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the animes will catch up eventually to the manga if they go at the pace that they go. So they do also have to use fillers as well.
Yeah,
Because,
I do want to say I haven't. Actually, I'm not gonna say this because like I heard it from a friend, and like he's probably not resourceful, so never mind. But back onto fillers. It's like I'm a filler guy. Like I'll watch it, or I watch all fillers basically because they aren't like necessary whatsoever towards like plot development, but like they increase character development most of the time, which
Yeah,
is like
that's what I was gonna
really,
say.
which I really really loved. Like if I didn't watch all of like Naruto before Shippuden when they're kids, and like after Sasuke leaves and they're just like being kids, like almost dying together all the time and like growing all those bonds, like seeing all their bonds together in Shippuden wouldn't have meant as much to me. Like people who like skip through like Shippuden and only watch like a couple things, I feel bad for them. Like I want them to understand the same emotions I feel towards the characters, but they never will because they
Right.
decided not to watch fillers. So
Yeah.
like
I think that there's like a good way and bad way to do fillers, because like on the little thing that I wrote, I was just said like what makes me angry is things that waste my time. So like not all fillers necessarily waste my
definitely
time.
not.
Because like the things I was thinking about is like a lot of times they do it in a creative way that's still interesting and it still develops the characters, or like it's just like a funny episode. It's actually entertaining, but a lot of times if it isn't, then that's when I get like a little aggravated. When it's just like literally a waste of my time. There's nothing like funny about it. There's no like character development. It just like feels pointless. That's when I get like a little aggravated. But
you know what that actually reminds me of things that I don't like? Recap episodes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
wait, do you remember Shirobako? they were working on the first series and they're like, we're gonna have to make this a recap. And he's like, no, never. Like
Yeah,
I feel like within the
sometimes
anime
they have
industry that's bad too. So,
right. I've never
yeah.
really understood recap episodes, because to me like they can put like a little like 1 minute segment before being like, these are really crucial moments in the past that have to do with this episode, and you just here's a quick reminder of those and then we'll go into it. Like they do that on like Game of Thrones and shit like that. Like plenty of things do that. And I don't know why they need a whole episode dedicated to be like, this is everything that's happened, just because, you know, we don't think you've watched it, even though you're here.
Yeah. No, their scheduling went awry, and then they had to just like patch past episodes together and make a episode. No, I don't know. That's what I want to think because I watched Shirobako, and that's what happened with them. So,
Right.
Yeah.
No, something I didn't realize until like I was rewatching the 3rd season of Avatar: Last Airbender this past week, and they have the Ember Islands player episode where literally it's like a play. The characters watch a play about themselves, about everything they've been through, and I didn't realize until my friend said, "Hey, this is a recap episode." I was like, "Wait, you're right. This is a recap episode. It just doesn't feel like it."
Yeah, but they
done,
did.
It's done so tastefully. You
It's
know?
done creatively. That just like it's so interesting. But I never really saw it as a recap episode because it doesn't feel like it. They're like making fun of them, and it's
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like on the opposite spectrum of like the normal recap episode, I just watched like in the first season of Hunter x Hunter, like episode 14 it was, I think, is like recapping the last 13 episodes, and it's literally just same shot that we used earlier, cut and paste, different shot from episode 3, different shot from episode 5, and then like I got halfway through it and I was like, okay, surely like they showed like the cue card that shows like half the episode's over. I was like, surely the next half they're gonna do like normal like plot development, and then no, it was more recap, and I was like, no, I just wasted a whole 20 minutes on a recap episode, damn it. But yeah, I don't know. They feel pretty pointless.
Dude, there was a recap episode. I watched Evangelion like a week ago. There was a recap episode, and I was like, oh my god. Didn't watch it. I like went through the scenes too. I was like,
yeah, that's what I do. I just kind of scrubbed through it.
And I was like, oh god.
Yeah, I scrubbed through to make sure. I'm like, am I really not missing anything? Okay, fine. I can skip to the next episode. Like, but yeah. Are we done with the recaps?
Yes, yeah. Go ahead.
So some things that I feel like also waste my time other than like fillers and recaps is like bad endings, honestly, because like literally it makes it what?
So what's a bad ending to you?
So Tokyo Ghoul is a bad ending.
Oh yeah, wait, I haven't seen season 2.
You guys didn't see season 2. I mean, where it just feels like there are no things were tied up. Not even just unsatisfying. Like they started down a path and they just cut the path. They're like, I don't want to do this. We're just gonna like randomly scrap together some shit because we want to finish it. Like, it just like it makes me feel like the whole like previous like all the episodes I watched were just like connect with some characters and stuff, but then I don't get resolution, and it's like, why did you make me do this? And it really makes it ruins a whole series of like a whole series for me.
Ending's crucial, and like again, Beyond the Boundary, Kyokai no Kanata ending can change my opinion of a whole anime. So
change the score a one whole number down.
Yeah, 2 numbers. But I was gonna say, I think Gabby, you kind of share a similar opinion that I know Christian has, where like if a series ends and it just ends, it doesn't resolve anything because there's a light novel or a manga that you have to read, and Christian's like, God damn it, I'm thinking No Game No Life for you, Christian.
Well, that's for everyone. That's not just for me. That's like No Game No Life was bullshit.
Things like that.
Yeah, I used to be like that. I used to be like, I need more of the characters and stuff, but I've blown through so many anime in the past, 10 months that I've gotten to accept them, and because you just have to now at this point, just like I watched the ending to One Punch Man, and I don't remember it at this point, but I remember I was like, that's a good ending. We don't need to know more about the characters, or the studio, they have room to make more One Punch Man, but at the same time I was like, that's satisfying. And then I told my friend who doesn't watch anime that much, I was like, that was a good ending. He was just like, no, that was awful. He was like, I need so much more One Punch Man. And I was like, oh,
if they ended One Punch Man and didn't end up making a second season, I think I would still be satisfied with it. But it's just because there are ways to tie things up to make it like you said, it's still left some characters a mystery that you semi started to know those characters, but then they were like, we're just gonna divert your attention away, and I don't know, there's a tasteful way to do it, and then there's really Tokyo Ghoul is just on my mind because it was the most recent one that I've watched that did this to me. So that's there's just so many storylines that they started to go down, and then they just cut them. They didn't even try and taper them off, so you wouldn't really care about them much. They literally just were no explanation, just don't. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I'm there are tasteful and not tasteful ways to do it.
I had another thought on anime endings, but I want to talk about. I'm not going to talk about this in depth because I'll talk about it next week. But Mayoiga ended last week. And, Mayoiga being the shit show it was, the last episode, they were just let's make the lamest, cheesiest, dumbest idea. And it was you would have expected this to happen, but since we're so crazy, you didn't expect it. And it was just are you fucking joking, Mayoiga? Why did you do this to me? But, yeah.
All right,
I'm salty.
I'm going to anticipate next week, because that sounds crazy.
Yeah, I don't know how much in depth I'm gonna go into that show, but probably. Okay, whatever. Not about that. Okay. Anyways, I was gonna say something about endings still. No, I forgot.
Wow.
I'm sorry. What a disappointment.
Wow, you stopped the whole thought train. We're sitting here just twiddling our thumbs, looking at you
Yeah, I should write things down more often. Anyways,
yeah.
Okay, let's not talk about endings anymore. Let's talk about the other things you don't like.
So another one is little to no character development for a main character.
Yeah.
Where it just, I mean, sometimes it happens with the main character where they're the bland ones that they can pop into any situation. But I guess it doesn't bother me as much, like, because I know that we have said that Kirito from SAO is, like, pretty bland character. And it doesn't bother me as much with him because he goes through so many situations, but it's more like side characters, like main side characters. Like, Asuna, she, like, grows. And, like, I think she does. She changes.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, she does.
I can't comment. I didn't watch all of it.
Oh, well.
Well, I mean, like,
she has her own little arc.
She like grows up until episode 15, the half of it, and then the second half she's just like, let's put her in a cage.
Yeah.
Let's rape
But
her.
she has her own arc, you know.
Oh, you're talking about SAO 2? Yeah.
But
Go ahead.
sorry,
go ahead.
you go. No, you go.
I didn't have anything to say actually.
Oh.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you for more characters that lack character development when into the
I was
MCs.
trying to think of.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of some too.
Because I know that there are some, but I can only think of good examples instead of bad examples. Because usually when I feel like when I start seeing that happen, I'm just like, nah.
Yeah, like a good example would be Izuku from Boku no Hero. Like, he's a really wimpy child, and at this point in the series, like, he's figured out, like, a lot of things about his life, and he's standing up for things that he, like,
even just
doesn't intend to. Yeah, he's even
grown a lot.
Yeah.
Within, like, he's only been in a few, like, episodes, like, mainly, and, like, he's grown so much. They've done so much character development within one season, and it's really, really great what they've done, I think.
Yeah, no.
So, yeah, those are, like, some good examples of character development. I can't currently think of too many bad ones because
I guess bad examples are typically I feel like harems. Their main characters don't really grow. Like, specifically I was thinking of Saikano, which I don't think you watched.
I was thinking Saikano too.
Yeah, everyone hates the main character of Saikano because he's just the most oblivious, like, stupid harem main character, and then at the same time, like, I'm pretty sure he doesn't grow. He's just, like, using his friends to make this, whatever, visual novel that he wanted to make.
Yeah. Well, I was also thinking about it, too, though, because, like, he's really, really boring. And then the entire time you're like, why does he have a harem around him? He's so boring. But it's actually more subtle to me. Like, he actually is a pretty cool guy, so.
Yeah, I think he's just,
boring.
I never really thought he was that boring. I thought he was just so otaku. And, like, and he embraced it, which was funny. Because he had, like, a very funny character because he was, like, he was, like, the one who created the memes, like, 2D is better than 3D. We don't need real-life women when you have anime. And, like, that was super funny, but...
Yeah.
Anyways, we're not...
You should watch Saikano, Gabby. You would love it. I know you love harems.
She specifically doesn't like harems that much.
I
I want more reverse harems. They're so funny. Just like, never mind. We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay.
That's Christian's hopes for anime.
Yeah. More reverse harems.
Okay, so this is my opportunity to talk about.
What?
No, this is a little cutout of Master Sword from Zelda that I made.
Wait, what's your opportunity?
Anyways, to talk about Grave of the Fireflies.
Okay.
That's the most anger-inducing thing I've ever watched in my entire life. So Grave of the Fireflies, if you guys don't know, is a Studio Ghibli movie, and I set out a goal in my life to watch all Studio Ghibli movies, and
Are we gonna go, like, deep? Are we spoiling this? Because I can go deep. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna spoil it.
I haven't seen it.
Everyone,
Okay.
You don't need to see it.
You see it, Christian. I disagree a lot with Gabby.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like Grave of the Fireflies.
A lot of people do, and I don't understand.
And she's gonna spoil it anyways.
No, let's not talk about Grave of the Fireflies. No,
okay,
no.
Well, I'll just say very general things.
Wait, you didn't like it at all.
I just hate it the entire way through.
All of it?
Literally.
You only hated the ending. You hated all of it?
No, okay, so basically... Okay, so it was my life, like, my goal, I set out to myself to watch all Ghibli movies, and I was really waiting for Grave of the Fireflies, because I was like, I need to be in the right mood, because I know it's very, very sad. Before I watched it, I was like, I know it's very sad, and I'm expecting myself to cry, and all that stuff. Those are the only expectations I had for it. Mm-hmm. And then I watched it, I didn't cry, I was just angry. Like, within, like, it's so hard not, like, to spoil. It's literally,
Don't do it, don't talk about it. Just don't even talk about it.
Like, the characters don't do anything. They don't learn from their mistakes. Just horrible things happen for all the dumb things that they do, and they don't learn anything, and it's horrible.
and then it
It's
just
like-
ends.
Wow, wow. I disagree.
Wow.
It's like,
Oh, did it grow?
Oh,
We're not doing this. We're not debating where the
Just like-
Fireflies. That is not the third section of today's episode, guys. It's not.
Yeah, no, actually, I think it's almost time to like, it's been like an
Yeah.
hour, right?
We've been on for 45 minutes, but
Okay.
yeah. So like, let's keep trucking on. Screw Grave of the
The final
Fireflies.
thing I have is like bad art, but that literally just stops me from watching a certain anime series. Like
Okay.
literally, I'll start and I'll try, and I cannot. Even if I think the story is interesting, it's so hard for me to get over bad art. I can't watch One Piece because of it. I can't watch Knights of Sidonia. I can't watch Ruby. I've tried to watch some of those. I literally cannot stand the art.
Okay.
It's like something that's held me back a lot in certain series.
Oh, that sucks. Knights of Sidonia is great.
Okay, so what
Mhm.
about like old art? Does that also fall in this category? Like, can you
not
not
really.
watch Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, I can because I understand like the different like not genres, but like timelines.
Time. Okay.
And like, because Yu Yu Hakusho is still well animated, and like
Yeah.
the art is still pretty good, even though it has a different style.
Yeah, it just feels dirtier because like the lines are thicker and stuff.
Yeah, I don't mind
From
like,
now.
little things like that. But like One Piece for me, like all the characters are drawn differently, and like it just doesn't like flow. And then like the thing with Knights and Sidonia and Ruby, and they're all like CGI.
The CG.
To me,
Mhm.
yeah, to me they just like everything looks so like flat or like polygonal or whatever it is, like polygonal or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
Whenever like they talk about like old PS2 games and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Like I cannot watch it in anime. Like it just feels so weird. I don't.
Okay.
There are like older things, like tried to rewatch Negimo when we did the Guilty Pleasure, and that's literally just horrible art. Literally, like the girl's eyes are like this far apart. They're huge, and like at points like one eye's here, one eye's here, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
that's just legitimately bad art. And I couldn't watch past it, even though I wasn't that interested in the story. But it stopped me halfway through the episode because I'm like, I cannot handle this. And like she would run, and her feet would be like moving this fast, and she's like barely moving, even though her feet are moving a lot. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to say about that, David? Because like, I don't really have. That's like definitely a personal thing. Like, I haven't watched much CGI things, but I feel like I would get over it personally because like I'm more of a story person anyway.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
That's pretty much exactly what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like Knights of Sidonia and all that stuff. Like Knights of Sidonia has weird art. I'll agree with you, just because it's like all CGI or like cell shaded or whatever.
Right,
But
whatever it's called.
yeah, whatever it is. But it's like, for me, not only like Christian said, it's like not only do I care more about the story and less about the art. It's like people poured hours and hours and hours of work into this, and it's like from that perspective of like this is their way of like giving to the anime community by making pouring their heart and soul into this work. And not only is it good, and then be like Knights of Sidonia is good, and then someone being like, oh, I can't watch it because the art's shitty, and it's just like, well, damn, like I worked so hard on that, and and it's like, well,
like
you
no,
give it a
I feel
shot.
so bad that I can't watch certain things because I've heard so many great things about Knights of Sidonia. I have friends who really like Ruby, and I'm like, it's a hurdle that I cannot get myself over.
Yeah, that's just an opinion, and I can't argue about your opinion.
It's like if you don't like tomatoes, like you just can't eat them.
Right, and tomatoes are great. But anyways, and then so it's really disappointing to hear that, like, man, you're missing out on so much great content because of the art. But on the other hand, it's like,
if they make a manga, then maybe I can read the manga.
Yeah, I think Knights of Sidonia is a manga.
Then I might read the manga.
No, 100% it is a manga. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's 100% CG'd manga, so the page is all computer generated. Just by the way, I don't know if you'll be able to handle it. And it reminds me of last season, Konosuba, like Studio Dean made that,
I think it is.
and they just like made a comedy on really low budget, and like it's really crudely animated, but it's super funny. So like I feel like a lot of people didn't like the animation, and that's what would like got people out of it. But like the story in general is like really, really funny.
Right.
But okay, so you don't watch Knights of Sidonia. I do want to say that I did try ping pong, and ping pong's supposed to be this fucking classic of an anime, but the art style is so weird. I watched like one
wait,
episode.
I think I know it. I know what you're talking about, and I've seen it, and I was like, I like ping pong, and my boyfriend really likes ping pong.
Or like the sport? Do you guys actually like the ping pong or the anime?
Yeah.
I like playing
the
it. I'm
actual
bad at it.
sport.
Okay.
Cool. And I looked at the anime, and I was like, I looked at it, and I instantly was like, I don't think I could watch this.
Yeah, it's like go ahead. What did you want to say?
I was gonna say it's supposed to be really good, but I was like you. I watched one episode and I was like, this animation style, or not animation style, art style is like really weird.
Yeah.
Keep
going. Sorry.
No, that's it. You got it.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I'm pretty sure it's an anime, like it's made by Japanese people, but they didn't use when they animated it. They didn't use keyframes. So like keyframes are what they have to hit, right? Like every picture, like every scene will have like certain pictures they need to hit. They didn't use it. They just did like a really strange experimental art style and like didn't use keyframes. They were just like just draw. And like
so everything is in
like
between frames.
Yeah. So like it looks very, very dirty, very choppy, which makes it like even cooler. And the reason I don't remember if it's Japanese or not is because I'm pretty sure the characters are Chinese. So it's about a Chinese ping pong player or something.
Right. Another thing is like I'm looking at pictures right now. It doesn't really have shading. It has shading, but like very color blocked shade. Like everything is like just like straight color. It's like the shirt is all blue, and then there's some like black marks that show like shading, but there's no like gradation of color.
They probably had like the best marketing idea ever because they probably like made the whole thing off of $100. It was probably super cheap to make that anime, and then like it actually had an amazing story apparently.
Straight profit.
Yeah, and so it was just like highly critically acclaimed for like it's like Napoleon Dynamite almost. Like, you know, Napoleon Dynamite, John Heater was like, I'll do this movie for $1,000. And then it's like fucking like multi-billionaire like movie because it was just so weirdly awesome. Right. But I feel like that's kind of like ping pong. Like ping pong, they were just like, here's $1,000, make it weird Chinese ping pong anime.
Do what you can.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay, so animation, I can see why that would throw people off from certain things. I have one friend who doesn't watch anything that's not absolutely beautiful. Like, it has to be made by KyoAni. It has to have, like, the highest, like, production value ever. Like, you have to see every strand of hair. Like, I'm sure if he, like, tried to watch Nichijou or something, he'd be like, what the hell is this? It's a different art style, dude.
Right.
It's disgusting.
Another thing is, like, sometimes the art style matches the tone. Like, you know, have you guys watched Shin-chan? Like, it comes on Adult Swim. It's, like, this really crude little kid. And, like, it looks like it was drawn with, like, crayon or something. Like,
I think I know what you're talking about.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
And, like, I for a while, I couldn't really watch it. But it was also partially because not crayon. It's just, like, it's really, really horribly animated. Like, literally, their faces look like potatoes. And it's just like, but like it's more of it matches the
stylization
humor.
Thing, yeah,
right? Because
the
humor of it
choice
is very interesting and very crude, and I would almost compare it to like Family Guy, but not even at all. Like,
holy,
really, really perverted little child who should not know these things, and it's like, I don't know, but that one I don't mind as much because it matches the tone so well.
Yeah.
But
guys, I'm reading the Wikipedia and it said it aired in '92 and is still ongoing.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's like older than Naruto.
Yeah, no, it's
like older than
that's older than you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, so this show's been going on for quite a while. So, do you guys want to wrap up the segment?
Yeah.
Because I am good with that. All right.
I mean, I don't know what to say. Just I get bothered by things, I guess.
Yeah, another complaint is anime isn't real life, so.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Oh yeah.
But so, it's okay.
Put your headband back in your backpack.
As long as as long as you agree that 2D is better than 3D, then as long as you accept, your waifu, then you don't have. It doesn't matter that anime is not real life because it's still there. Okay. Anyways, lame weeb memes. Just kidding. Okay. What? What do you want to say?
So I just wanted to talk about like next week.
Next week.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, so next week we're gonna do a season recap since a lot of seasons are ending for Spring 15, and summer starting in I think like you guys said like a week, right? It's new shows.
Yeah, they're pretty much all starting up in the first week of January. I'm not January, July.
Yep. So we're gonna be covering very broadly the like because Christian has like watched a bunch, and so we're all gonna try to cover evenly split, I guess. So not evenly split. Christian will. Yeah. So, anyways, and then
we
we'll
crossed over a lot because we ended up watching the good ones and we couldn't.
yeah, and I dropped
the
a lot
bad
of
ones.
bad ones. Yeah. Anyways,
I didn't drop anything, but I wanted to say that we'll most likely be cutting the end of season recap or review in half at some we're not gonna say every episode and every show 'cause that way we can go in more depth and stuff per week, and also some shows haven't finished by next week. Like ReZero has a couple more episodes. I don't know if Sakamoto is gonna finish. I don't think Flying Witch is gonna finish. Actually, they're
A lot of the ones that just started later are ending.
yeah,
later.
yeah. So just like the beginning of the season, we had 6 random shows that we had to say the next week. So we're gonna cut it tactfully in half for 1 week, and then another later week, which will probably be the next week after that. Maybe we haven't really talked about it. Will be that, and then yeah, the second topic for next week is going to be Nichi Bros, or the daily lives of high school boys. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
And and if you've watched that series, or you need whatchamacallit, what's it called? A TLDR to watch. No, wait. Endorsement. If you need an endorsement to watch the series, there we go. Then watch next week's episode because I'm pretty sure we all love it. Except I don't think Gabby's watched any of it. Classic Gabby. But it's definitely bingeable.
It's really funny.
It's so bingeable. I watched 6 episodes in one go. Okay, whatever. Any last sayings, guys, for this episode?
Check us out on Twitter and YouTube. We haven't really done much with our SoundCloud or our Blogspot, but I'm hoping to get that fixed in the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely broken, but
yeah, so definitely Twitter and YouTube, and then you can follow me on Twitter at MyLadyGabriella with 2 L's in the Gabriella.
Yeah. Please talk to her about how shitty our show is, so we can make it better for you guys.
Yeah.
We can make it better for ourselves.
Feedback, comment, subscribe if you're on YouTube right now watching this. Like it?
If you've made it this far, good job. We love you so much. Thank you, Joseph. Okay, but yeah, whatever. Okay, and that's all we have for this episode. And remember, Daijoubu.
Daijoubu.
That was so funny.
大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫だよ大丈夫っぽい大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫か大丈夫大丈夫大丈夫だよ大丈夫なの大丈夫か大丈夫